Are mutual agreement procedures ever published by tax authorities, at least in redacted forms? If so, are there any sources where maps can be read? I only managed to find OECD publications on map statistics, but not the actual text of maps. So I'm going to give you a fairly comprehensive answer. Maps are a mechanism outlined in tax treaties that allows authorities of the tax countries to resolve international tax disputes, including issues of double taxation or taxation not in accordance with a treaty. While the process is intended to facilitate resolution between countries, the actual texts of maps are confidential and not published due to the sensitive information and taxpayer confidentiality. So unfortunately, you would not be able to obtain copies of those drafts. However, some tax authorities and international organizations do provide summaries, outcomes, or guidance based on map cases in a redacted or generalized form without disclosing specific taxpayer information. These publications aim to offer transparency about the process and outcomes, as well as to provide insights and guidance to future cases. For example, if you go to Google and look up the OECD MAP statistics, which the person asking the question alluded to, these can be found. The OECD publishes aggregated statistics on MAP cases, including information on the number of cases, outcomes, and average resolution times. And you'll find in Europe, the resolution times are very quick, whereas in Africa, I have, at this particular point in time, over 10 outstanding maps which have not even commenced with their resolution process. And that's the oldest one is more than 10 years old. Now, these publications offer transparency about the process and outcomes. They do, however, only provide a high-level overview of the MAP activities in the participating countries. Then you've got country-specific summaries. Some countries' tax authorities may publish summaries or outcomes of MAP cases, providing insights into the issues resolved and the procedures used without disclosing any tax-specific information. These are often found in annual reports or specific publications dedicated to international tax dispute resolutions. Most revenue authorities at the end of each financial year will publish a report. Then international tax agreements, in some cases the outcomes of maps might be indirectly inferred from changes or classifications in international tax agreements or tax-related documents published recently. There, your source would be the OECD, and you'd specifically search for MAP-related issues. Case law and legal analysis. Occasionally, aspects of MAP may come to light through a case where the court's decision references the existence or outcome of a MAP. And here you would need to go into each particular country's database of cases. For instance, there are many published cases online where you're able to then search. For instance, one of the places that you could find transfer pricing related cases would be tpcases.com, and then put in as your search criteria MAP and see what you come up with. And then, of course, there are various academic and professional publications as well as revenue authority publications, which I alluded to earlier in my answer. To find the information, search the tax authority websites, international tax organization publications, which would include something like LinkedIn, where a lot of information is published, and tax law journals or databases which you find online. A lot of advisory firms such as PwC will also make available very useful publications that they have drafted for clients and potential clients. I reference PwC as every year they do publish a transfer pricing guide, and if I'm not mistaken, there will be something in relation to MAP processes and outcomes.